I know, a Dead Island 2 video. Well, what has the world come to, Danny? It's been so long since we've done one of these. Now, before we do begin, I do want to say, little announcement, I'll be doing a charity live stream on March 5th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so mark your calendars, be ready for that. But friends, chat, in a way your chat, we have more news about Dead Island 2, which is really good, because to be honest with you, Techland needs some competition. Now, I know, Dead Island 2, Dying Light 2, two very different games. But Dead Island 2 is the spawn of the original Dead Island, which was made by Techland. And at one point, Dead Island 2 was in fact made by Techland. It went from Techland to Jaeger Studios to Sumo Digital, and now it's finally at Damn Buster Studios. It's making its way around town, to say the least. Am I right, Danny? But jokes and memes aside, this is like the closest thing that Dying Light 2 will ever have. Little marketing tip for you: when you have competition, that really goes and puts your developers into gear to go and get shit done. I mean, in a way, they are similar. 4-player co-op, killing zombies, and you're just having a blast. One has parkour, the other one doesn't. But what is this news? Let's just go and jump right into it. So on this channel so far, we have talked about how Deep Silver did come out last year to go and say that Dead Island 2 is still in active development. And then a little bit before that, we also had some news saying that Dead Island 2 might actually be an Epic Game Store exclusive. And when those court documents did come out, it did suggest that the game could come out in 2022, 2023, but it was very unclear. And very recently, we had this article come out that said Dead Island 2, reportedly in a decent state, could possibly release this year. Now, this information comes from a reliable source, Tom Henderson, who is a YouTuber. So his sources claim that they played the game, and they provided a little brief description of what exactly the opening hours entailed. What seems to happen at the start of Dead Island 2 is that you're on a plane and there's a zombie outbreak. Eventually what happens is that there's a plane that does crash, and it crashes into Hollywood. For some reason, you manage to survive, and then it's your job to survive on the ground. So what you need to do is loot up to fight the living dead, and you do that by looting all of the mansions found in your surroundings. It was noted that it's not entirely clear if whether or not it is Beverly Hills. Henderson did say that the source was not confident about the location of it, but it is indeed in Hollywood. They went on, and their little playthrough did say after a while you do find a weapon, you loot it up, and that's when massive hordes of zombies start to horn into you. And because of your limited resources and weapons, you make your way into the sewers to escape. Then it can apparently take a couple hours to actually escape the sewers, because of course there's a few nasty surprises. Agile's trying to escape, eventually you do escape, and then what happens is you're then on Hollywood Boulevard, and then you need to continue fighting, looting, etc. It's also noted that in addition to Hollywood and Beverly Hills, players will be able to play in San Francisco, and then another location in California, which, to be honest, it kind of seems reliable. So a little bit ago, like a couple years ago, in matter of fact, there's a leaked build that came out, and it's most likely going to be the gameplay that's being showcased during this entire episode of news that I'm giving you. But you basically have a bunch of different locations in California. I don't see the developers going and scrapping the entirety of this build. I can see them saving some of the ideas and using it into the final version. If you remember back to E3 2014, you know that trailer with the guy jogging? That was in California. So I think it's safe to say that no matter what occurs with this game, whether it comes out in a year from now, whether it comes this year or next year, however when it comes out, it's going to be set in California. It's also noted that this game could release later this year or in 2023. And on top of this, I remember I made a video that Dead Island 2, the studios were actually hiring 4 people to work on this game. Now it's back in 2021, so it's entirely possible. I don't know what the future of Dead Island 2 looks like. I'm excited to see what the final product does look like, because I mean, like I said, this game has been passed around by so many developers. I don't know what to expect. And like I said, it'll be really good to get some competition out there for good old Dying Light 2. Competition's great. You want competition. Competition really helps out, Danny. But anyways, that is all that I have for you guys today. If you did enjoy, please like, subscribe, do all that fancy stuff for me. You Swift, Snoring Warthog, and Decent for being my true patrons and ultimate champions. And with all that said, make sure to mark your calendars for the charity stream on March 5th, and I'll see you there. You can go watch me and Jonah suffer with a one-chip challenge. Apparently that's a really bad thing to do. But I'll see you there. Bye-bye.
Hide your kids, grab your wife, better get out of sight.